So we are going to talk about life management. This term in itself signifies its close relation with each individual's life. So when we are talking about management of life, it is very important to understand all its dimensions because this term in itself carries a lot of importance in every individual's life. So if we start with the life management, so the first and the foremost thing in a common basis we can understand, that is the routine management. What are the essentials of my daily life? I need to understand what is mandatory for my physical, mental, social and spiritual well-being. It is very important for me to understand what I must do every day. These are some activities planned to be done during the course of life. This is very important for us to understand that if we want to start our life management, then it starts with our routine management. Oh my god, what we see here, time management. Time management is considered synonymous to routine management, but in my opinion it's a bit different, because when we talk about time management, according to the routine plan, means activities included, we must plan them on the timeline. So it's all about planning all those activities in the timeline. Routine is something which is more focused on activities, while time management is something which is more focused on the timeline. Time management deals with moreover prioritizing the activities of our routine and managing them effectively. It is very important to understand that here we are basically working with prioritizing, timelining, monitoring, planning, everything. But in routine we are actually adding some flavor, that I want to go to gym, I want to eat thrice. This doesn't comes under time management, this comes under routine management. So there must be a distinction between both the terms. It is very important for us to understand. Then the term which comes is stress management. So when I am talking about life management, I started with routine management, then time management, then stress management. It is so obvious to talk about this because the difference between the expected outcome and real condition which creates stress. Like whatever I have thought of, if it happened that way, then I will be happy. Else, more of the time when it doesn't works like that, we become stressful. If our expectation got ruined, we undergo the state of stress, and it is needs to be managed. It is both good or bad as per their senses. Like stress in eustress form or positive stress form is good for our life. In distress form or negative stress form, it is not good for our life and health. Like the fourth thing which is very important about our life management is happiness management. Like naturally we are happy when we are close to ourselves. Naturally we become happy, but as we move away from it, we become unhappy. You can see a child, like he gets a gentle smile on his face without any reason sometimes, but even for many important reasons, human beings don't able to smile properly. Happiness is must for our survival, and one must keep it in his or her mind and must manage it all the times. Like whether we are talking about routine management, time management, stress management, it could be managed properly by the very basic beginning of happiness management. Few people says that at the end of the life they want happiness, at the end of the life they want peace, but the reality is that it is the very beginning where we want peace, it is the very beginning where we want happiness. Before starting anything, if you are happy, then you are sure to get success. Before starting anything, if you are having all the resources, if you are having all the abilities, all the capabilities, but you are not happy, you are sure to get some kind of accident in between. And now it is very important for us to know relationship management. Like we humans are social animals, so in order to sustain our originality, we need to socialize ourselves. This process of socialization is being in relationship. Like when we talk about socialization, it means we are in relationship, and our relationship must be good with ourselves and with others too, and it needs to be managed properly in our life. If all these things are managed, then we can think of study management. In order to progress in our life, we need to study well. Study management should be properly done in order to prioritize the subject of study. It must include subject related to course and other than that too. Like if we are talking about study management, after all these kind of different management, so in life management, study management plays a very major role, because this is the way through which we actually learn to learn, and this is the way through which we actually acquire our experiences, our occupation, the field in which we want to excel. And other than that, if we want to read some positivism promoting literature, that can be also a part of our study, close to self study, in which we actually got to know what we are and the way we can program ourselves, our thoughts and our brain. It is very important for us to understand. So in short, this is what I want to talk about life management initially, and these are some basic important elements of our life. If we will manage them properly, then our life will be good, and we will definitely be free from any kind of stresses, tension, anxiety, frustration, and we will be happy and our life will be managed. And this is what every individual needs at this moment. Life management is the blazing need of the hour.